What's going on, ninjas? We got a bad one today, as you can tell by the picture. If you know who that thumbnail is, the guy in the thumbnail is, then you know we have a horrible video to talk about. Uh, but before that, let me get down here and then we get started with the video. Let me just oh fuck, my leg, dude. I need you to call an ambulance, please. It's not a joke, please. I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of a skit in the beginning, but I'm gonna be your Blame Truth or your Nero Cinema of Skate. So if you don't know, those are two legends. They've been at it for a long time, and they're very big in the Call of Duty sphere. Uh, Essentially, all they've been doing for multiple years now is just been calling out their horrible business practices and the horrible choices that Call of Duty has been making. And I kind of want to do the same thing for EA, which is kind of a negative. I have some old clips, some new clips coming up, but regardless, hope you guys enjoyed. But really, I'm just gonna be talking about some of the negatives in this. As you've probably seen, like there's so much negatives about this season 1 update. And again, here's a quick comparison of how I used to do my little edits or my little cutaway, I guess you could call them. So it's not too bad. I kind of did pretty close to what they were doing. Again, we have Griffiths here from Zerk. I just have to really get that out of the way. Anyways, let's get into the fucking video. Because the main problem I have with the season update is not really the cosmetics and stuff. What I really want to get fixed, I could care less about dark slides and shit. I could wait for that for a whole fucking year for all I care. That shit can come out next year. What I really want to talk about is the amount of currency you're earning for buying the battle pass if you decide to buy a battle pass. So first off, you're only receiving $4 in total back if you complete the battle pass. That's if you even buy it. I'm not entirely sure if you get the whole reward if you don't buy it, but regardless, that's the one step or the one thing that we should be focused on as a community is why the hell are we only getting $4 worth of San Van bucks when we're spending real San Van bucks or real money for the battle pass. That's number one. Like every other game that does this, including Overwatch. Well, I think Overwatch actually changed it, so I think you earn a lot less now. But why the hell are we earning only $4 back when the standard usually is you receive the whole amount of money back, which incentivizes people to buy more stuff in the shop. Of course, you can also. I've been saying it for months before the game even released to the public. They should decrease the amount of money that is needed to buy certain cosmetics in the shop, like trucks. Now they did reduce the amount of money that it takes. Now trucks are like $2 or $3, but I still think that most of them are expensive and not really worth the amount of money that you're willing to spend or that they want you to spend, and it's absolutely retarded. Next is the amount of tickets, the amount that you earn for each time you're getting those San Van bucks in the battle pass. So now that's another problem. We're only earning 25 cents worth of San Van bucks in the battle pass every time you unlock one of them. So what I mean by that is, if you don't know, in the battle pass, you obviously the way you earn back your money, your currency, it's not like other games where, and like let's take Overwatch for example. Overwatch, I think it's like let's say it's $10, right? You're earning in game, you're earning 200 of that currency back every time in the battle pass. But for some reason, here on Skate, you're only earning 25 cents per unlock of those San Van bucks in the battle pass, which doesn't actually make any sense to me. Which it just feels more egregious. It makes you feel like I'm getting slapped in the face by EA. And honestly, EA is a pretty big company, and they're going down the route of Call of Duty again, which is horrible business practices and pushing players away, which obviously is just really bad for the game overall, especially since it's season 0 and the game isn't even fully released. It's in early access right now, which a lot of people are gonna use that as a coping mechanism, saying it's only early access, there's still time. But people are complaining about the wrong things. All I see in Reddit's, the official forums, EA forums, YouTube comments, like everyone was complaining about Dark Hatch, like as if that's gonna fucking fix everything in the game. There's so many other bug or issues in general, like the one I'm bringing up here, right now. Like it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like why the fuck are people so focused on that when none of that should fucking matter? We should be focusing on like the battle pass, the amount of currency we earn back, the amount of money we're spending on cosmetics. Another thing is now we have less control over manuals, which I'll try to put a video right here in a second. If I get back to editing it. Yeah, there's less control over manuals. You can't really like move up and down, like make it look like you're fighting against the actual manual, like keeping control. I noticed that yesterday, so I don't know. There's like a bunch of stuff that they changed, that they removed for whatever reason. Like another example is for whatever reason they changed the pumping system, which I preferred the how it was originally. Like I don't understand why there's so many people who don't know how to fucking pump in this game when literally we're in the age of everyone who plays any video games whatsoever literally goes on YouTube, searches the most meta build, whether it's Call of Duty, Delta Force, any other game like Overwatch. Like people always search up how to fucking play, but for some reason when it comes to Skate, nobody wants to look up. Even though I made 6 fucking videos on it, which absolutely doesn't make any sense. Why the fuck would they change it? I preferred the old pumping system because you had a pump in the middle of the actual what's it called the vert, and now they changed it so it's lower like in the old games, which doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like it's making the game more easier and more accessible, which is fine, but at the same time, like let's have some skill involved. Like this is skating, it's not supposed to be so fucking easy. uh I don't understand that change. I honestly I would prefer it to be how it was before, even if people had a struggle for a couple months, you know. Just fucking get good, bro. Like I don't understand why they have to make it so friendly. Like the animations already look crisp. Like I do enjoy them, but I feel like having more variety so that they don't look exactly the same every time would help, would benefit. Uh, Again, like things like pumping don't need to be hand holding players and making it more easy. I feel like having that gap in skill level actually adds to the immersion or adds to clips and all that stuff. Not everyone is gonna look basically the same. Everyone's skating, and it's already an issue when it comes to cosmetics because all the cosmetics are literally exactly the same, and now they're adding stuff like reverse caps in the battle pass when it should be an option. You shouldn't have to have different fucking like a cap forward and a cap backward. That doesn't make any fucking sense. And I knew it was gonna come in. I knew it was coming. I mentioned it in the EA forums and I told them please don't do this, but they ended up doing it. But what can I say? EA is as scummy as any other huge business. You can see it. Everything is so watered down here. Not the skate culture isn't really here. It is what it is. And at this point, EA is someone in their office is not paying attention. Is just looking at maybe videos randomly, not really paying attention, and I just see them eating a giant steak and just not giving a fuck what the hell happens as long as they get their fucking money. That's literally what it boils down to, and it's absolutely ridiculous because EA eventually people are gonna riot. They're not gonna play their games anymore, and it's gonna go the way of the dodo bird. It's gonna end up being just like COD. Look at COD right now. They're losing all their fan base, their players. Even the hardcore ones are leaving, including myself. I've left a couple of years ago now, and it's just this is exactly where EA is heading. People are gonna not want to buy their games anymore if this keeps continuing on with all the bullshit. And I've personally messaged EA in the forums when I was doing the whole beta testing stuff. I told them make it so that even if you have to do stuff behind the big suits, behind their backs, make some secret places that you can find. Make something, I don't know, something, man, just something behind their backs that they might see as a big win for their game. It's just like some of the older games, like let's take Call of Duty for example, because obviously I've been mentioning them a lot. The older games had way more stuff. They had more Easter eggs scattered around. There was like hidden spots you can get it up to and stuff. Now, like all of that shit is changing, and I think it's because again the big suits, the guys in charge are obviously gonna tell them not to do certain stuff and get in the way of the game being a success that it can be. But again, that's all. That's all just on me. Like I can't really say that much, right? But there's just so many stuff wrong. Like right now, the season pass was not worth it. I'm definitely not fucking buying it. Even though there's some cool stuff that's locked behind the the premium battle pass, I'm not fucking getting that shit. If anything, I blame most of the people spending their fucking hard-earned money on this game since the beginning. People are just like, pay pigs are gonna be pay pigs, and they're just gonna fucking spend money regardless of whatever the fuck, regardless if it's shitty or not. Look at Call of Duty. Look how many shit that they implemented into the game. There's been season pass. There's been black soul passes for the battle pass, which is an even more advanced. Like you already have the premium fucking battle pass, but that's even more premium. You get skins that you wouldn't have earned otherwise by spending extra money. Then you had to spend money for live events. Like, please EA, don't fucking do this. Do not follow fucking Call of Duty. If you do, you're only gonna ruin it for yourself. You're not gonna fucking earn. You're gonna lose players, definitely. You're not gonna make the money that you think you're gonna make, and it's just gonna be an overall disaster for the game and the community. All we really wanted was a skate game, and this is eventually, if it keeps continuing down this path, I fear that this game is gonna be over with, and nobody's gonna want to play it. There's other issues, of course, too. Like yesterday, I got on. I was playing for a bit, because this is why the video came out late, by the way. Uh, I had to do other stuff, and I just got to it late, so I only played for like maybe an hour. And during that hour, I did end up getting kicked from the server, and I ended up losing all my currency. And in a panic, I had to restart my app just to make sure that I didn't lose the currency that I earned for the last month now that I've been holding on to, and some of the tickets that I earned while I was playing. So obviously, there's a bunch of other bugs right now. They patched some of the fun stuff that personally I don't give a fuck about, like the launch glitches, which I think it was a bad thing, especially with some of the new events or new challenges being on top of the like buildings and top of the globe, and getting up to there was kind of a pain in the ass. So I feel bad for some of you who hate the parkour mechanic. I really don't give a fuck that much. I don't mind playing the spending the 10 minutes to get up there, but with all that being said, I really want to get to the last talking points, and I have some video clips here to prove my points. So the first one is the magnetization. I play everything on zero, the most realistic settings possible, and as you can see, it still flings me in, and I somehow magnetize to the second fucking railing, which absolutely makes no sense when I have zero grind assist on. And with this one, I have my settings off so that I don't have to interact with anyone else and anyone else's objects, and it's just for whatever reason it's just broken now. And even if you like you can see it right there on your face. I even changed it so nobody should interfere with me. And look at this, it still has collision on it. I don't understand why. I don't know how the fuck they broke this shit or what the hell they're doing. And I get it, shit like this happens all the time, but it's $1 trillion company, and they're really fucking up. They're fucking up everything about this game. Uh, just with the first season, the inclusion of the first season, and I don't know what else to say or what to talk about. With that being said, I'm probably just gonna wrap it up here. I probably skipped over some stuff, like also co-op not working right now for whatever reason. The challenges don't seem to track if you're in co-op. If you do it solo, you're fine, but you do have some of the challenges, like the weekly challenges and the what's the other one, the event challenge or the seasonal challenge, let's say, that require you to do some co-op challenges, which again is broken, so you can't really do that right now. Sorry you had to hear that slam, but in conclusion, I just want to list off a list of YouTubers that these devs can work or use to, whether that be clothing or inspiration as clothing, the way NPCs move, how they dress, how they walk, any background type of art, meaning like environmental art, some like whether that's trash, the way the trees are put, maybe lampposts, because some of them are horrible, I'll be honest with you, in the game. But here goes the list of skate YouTubers that I personally love to watch. John Hill, great content, positive dude. He skates in New York a lot now since he moved from Texas. I believe it was Texas. Dan Corrigan, great YouTuber, does slappy tricks, does like tutorials. So does Dale Decker, he's another great one. He also works at Keen Ramps, which is he builds ramps essentially for skaters, like kickers and stuff. Young Wavy is another great YouTuber. My brother really likes him, and he's a lot younger. So maybe implement some of his stuff, maybe his style of skating or his streetwear that he uses. Definitely, the younger kids will definitely rock with that. and Andy Anderson for like street skating. If you want to implement some street skating stuff, definitely Andy Anderson is probably the way to go. Also, Richie Jackson is another great one for street skating. He's probably one of my fucking favorite skaters that was on YouTube. Uh, Great fucking video parts, his whole style and all that stuff from the 80s and all that stuff. Absolutely amazing. It can definitely implement some of the hipster culture that he has going on, and just overall stuff like that. It just would be great changes in art direction and style for the game. And again, I don't necessarily blame the developers. I don't know if I mentioned this already. It's really the corpos, if you will, the big suits, the guys running the company who are making all the decisions for monetization. And again, I don't blame the devs because I know they're working hard as best as they can, whether they're skaters or not. They're still trying their best, and they're definitely making some great changes. But at the same time, with some of those great changes, I feel like we're taking some stuff away that doesn't necessarily need to be taken away. Uh, in again, for as a suggestion for me, it would be something like the controlling of the manuals. Like, I used to like playing around with it and making it as easy as possible, making it look like, I'm struggling a little bit. That's the way I love skating. I don't want it to be so fucking clear cutter, like this perfect animation. One animation does like everything. Like, I want to see some sloppy animations. I want to see some stuff, some way to implement it. Like in the older games, we had stances. Maybe we have a goofy, not a goofy stance, but like a more relaxed stance where it's just a little bit more flowy to it, and not necessarily like this rigid fucking perfection of like, of the skate style. And there's just so much that we can do to change and make this game better. And I hope you guys agree with me. And if you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, hype the video up, because it gets it out there. It gets my ideas out there. And whether or not you reflect with my older videos or not, my older content, that's besides the point. Because right now, I want to make this game better. I want this shit to succeed. And I want all the skaters, because I skate in real life, and I want all the skaters, all the people who are getting into skating because of this game, to really get up there. But that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Deuces.